Well, I'm betting most of my PC Engine TG16 people know exactly where this video is going, but if you don't, this is probably the most common problem with the cd-rom for the PC Engine suitcase and the TG-CD system. Not a problem with any of the duals. However, it's been 15 years since all this shit started, and it's a little gear in here, and it's been impossible to find a replacement until now. Check out that little bag of crack. I think this guy's selling them on eBay. I couldn't tell you what prices. I'll probably put some info in the description. I think I found him on the PC Engine FX forums and ordered a bunch of them at discount because I have a dozen or so of these waiting for this gear. Now there's been fixes for this for a long time, and they do work. And in fact, one of them actually is quieter and faster than normal, but it takes a lot of effort, and it's not as cheap as this. And that's what I was waiting on, because I have so many of them. I wanted a volume discount on the gears or the kits to do it, and I couldn't get that from the people that have made up their own ways to do it. So this video is actually going to be pretty quick and short. It's actually really easy to do. It doesn't take a ton of skill, just a little bit of effort and some careful work, and you can get one of these in there. So let's open her up. Alright, so it's fairly easy to open this thing. I believe we need a number 1 actually for these 4 screws. Bottom comes right off. Another number 1 screw right there in the middle. And we have some ribbon cables to deal with. I'll go with this one right here. There's all your adjustment pots. Shiny to the outside. And shiny to the inside. Okay. If it's not obvious, it should be. Zoom in here a little bit for you. Right there is our troublesome gear. You see it's all yellowed? That's what happens. It ages and it gets brittle and it breaks. Let's see if I can turn that. There you go. Now you can see what really happened to this one. Is a whole chunk of that thing came off. So when the motor got to this point, it couldn't turn anything. Crazy, right? So anyway, the task here is simply to get that washer. It's kind of like an E-clip. It's like a miniature E-clip. And I'm not really sure what material it's made out of. But you don't want to put too much force on it either. Or maybe just putting a screwdriver on it, and it will fly off into nothingness if you let it. Kind of feels like plastic, and it kind of feels like I'm not really catching it very well. Somebody really wants to talk to me.
kind of looking for the split. If I could get one of the sides right next to the split, I could probably get it off a little easier, but it's possible it don't even have one. I don't remember now. Been a while since I've done one. Many years ago, I took apart every one of them that I had to check the gears, and I found a few that weren't broke. Just needed greasing. Because another problem is they also swell, so they don't want to turn on that shaft. I just broke another tooth off. They don't want to turn on that shaft very easily. You can simply just drill it out. Now that whole thing is going to split on me. Look at that. Huh. I am not seeing a split on that piece. I don't ever remember having this much difficulty getting it off there either. There it went. That or I tore it. I don't know, I may have torn a slice into it. I don't know if those things are split to begin with or not. So, then we just simply slide on the new one. And try to finagle that piece back on there. And I already dropped it. I was talking about how it would go flying. Well, it just did, and I didn't see where it went. Luckily, it was just down in the cd-rom, hidden. There it is. That should hold just fine. Now we just reverse order here and see. Middle screw. Four bottom screws. And we'll go back to test it. Okay, so I got a Super System card in there. Load up some steam hearts. I have seen this before too. I even wrote about it in one of the threads. There's a limit switch that says that the laser has moved all the way into the spindle. And I took a few of them apart and cleaned them and got them working. But I'm wondering
just run it in and out a few times. It's a lot noisier than a stock gear, but it is moving it at least. It is coming all the way in. And when it was broken, I actually had it loading a game. Of course, this is a CDR game too. Well, at least I didn't get one of the cables plugged in properly. It's a possibility. No, it's not wanting to spin. And it was spinning before. Just the laser wasn't moving back and forth. So, yeah, I'm gonna have to take it back apart and make sure I didn't mess up some of the wires or something. It's because that's what it seemed like. Ugh.
Well, you can see right there that when I locked that ribbon cable in, I definitely did not get it in all the way or straight. Totally my fault. Let's redo that. There, that's better. I think the fact that there's a fold right there on that far edge is what was keeping me from going in all the way, but I think it's okay now.
Okay, let's try this again. Steam hearts, interface power. There we go. Now it's spinning. Run button needs fixed. I want to run the level because when they talk on the side is usually sometimes missing, which means you got a bad chip. It's usually on duos I find it. Steam Hearts is one of those games that uses almost all the different kinds of sounds. Good to go. So let me get you close up to this thing so you can actually hear the gear moving around because it's pretty loud. I think I can do this without having a game in it. No, I do need it shut. Maybe. Hear that? It's pretty obvious. Easy, right? I couldn't agree more, and this is what I've been waiting on forever. I found the guy's name. I believe he's in China. Jimmy Choi, C-H-O-I, I think. I don't believe I contacted him through eBay, and I don't remember what his eBay ID is, if that's the same guy even. But I think it's something like that on PC Engine FX forums. I paid $116 shipped for this whole thing, including the $20 Super System card, controller, AC adapter, interface, CD-ROM, PC Engine. Not working, of course, or not test. I think it was not working, and I could easily turn around and sell this for pretty good profit, you know, and only put $5-10 worth of gear into it, almost no time and effort. So excellent profit making right there. If you enjoyed the video, stay tuned for more.